Good evening. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu and Friends. Sophie's asleep behind me. Bigsby is sleeping on to my left, and the two littles are on the other couch. They're all sound asleep. You may hear an occasional snore or snort. I don't have a lot of yarn content to show today, but I wanted to show my book and then a couple of finished beanies that will be going in the mail, and then my bookmark. But I received my book today, Savannah Breeze by Mary Kay Andrews. It is a 431-page book. She also includes recipes. This one is Breeze In crab cakes, which I don't like fish, so I will not be trying to make that recipe. I don't like fish. She also includes a Blue Breeze cocktail recipe. She has a reading group guide, which I thought was very interesting since we are in a book club and we will be discussing this book. She's included, well, if I can turn the book around right, questions for discussion and questions for the author. And I thought that was very, very nice. It looks like a very interesting read. And then it shows, oh, this is cool. The Callahan Garrity Mystery Series by Kathy Hogan Trocheck, who also writes as Mary Kay Andrews. Very, very cool. So there's some of the mystery books. So I'm anxious to get into the book. I'm only on page 6, but I did just get my book today. I read the previews online, so I was able to get enough ahead to kind of know some of the main starting off characters. And then here's my crescent bookmark. I'm not very good with tassels at all, so my tassels never look well. But I used a 2.5 millimeter hook. I used a small hook for this yarn, and I've done real tight stitches. So you basically start off with, I always start most of my things off with a chain of 5, join with the slip stitch, and then you're going to chain 2, which counts as your first double crochet. And in that ring, you're going to put a total of 5 double crochets. Then you are going to chain 3. See, there's a separation there. You chain 3. And you join, now she joins hers with the slip stitch. I like a single crochet. I just think it defines the separation easier. Then you turn your work, and in that chain of 3, you work your next 5 double crochets. And then you're going at a zigzag. But there's the right side. And again, these colors, as I mentioned last week, are all of the colors to date of the books we've read. The first book was easy because everybody had the same book cover. The Jane Eyre, as I mentioned, was all different sorts of colors. And even this is different than what my friend's is. Her cover is sort of this, a little darker, about that color blue. And then there's 2 or 3 beach chairs. They're different colors on the front. So that is my book discussion. We have book club on Friday, so I'm anxious to go there. And I had these ready. I've done already this morning, I think, 3 videos. Apple, I wish they would do a session with people that own Apple products to get suggestions about their products. Last night I done, I think, 7 videos. and I just wasn't happy. Like with the camera now, it's kind of fading in and out with the lighting, and I apologize for that. Also, there was a thing where I had forgot to turn off the alarms on my phone. So when my alarm went off, it turned my recording off. I don't like that about Apple products. We can see, you know, when an alarm comes up on our phone. And it should never cut you off from a video recording at all, because I have to have my alarm set for work, and I don't like turning them off because I'm always fearful I will forget to turn them back on. So that's an aggravation. And then also you can't do the flip screen. So if I've got it pointing towards me, I would have to take the tripod and turn it around, and then I don't know what you're seeing. So it's very aggravating, very aggravating. They should call me with suggestions and hints on these Apple products. Just saying, just saying. This project was a very, very simple make, but it turned into a difficult make. Now, it is a simple beanie, but the lady that wanted it, she lives in New Jersey. She wanted the brim, and the picture that she sent me had the 6 buttons. So the buttons are okay, but there's one that's kind of loblollied, so I'm going to have to tighten it up a little bit. She wanted a yarn pom, which is fine. I can do the yarn poms. I have the pom-pom makers. I have 4 different sizes. My dilemma was when I attached it to the inside of the beanie, it flopped over. So I had to cut it out because I had tied it so tight that I couldn't remove it well. So I sewed a button in. I had to sew up the stitches that I'd accidentally cut trying to cut the yarn pom out. I should have just started over. I should have just started over, but I didn't. So it would have worked better had I had the tiny, tiny rubber bands, you know, the ones that a child would use, or somebody that puts beads in their hair, just the tiny, tiny rubber bands. But I didn't have those available, so all I had was the regular, I use them in some of my messy bun hats. Just a normal size. I think it's about this big of hair, elastic hair bands. So I took that, I wrapped it around my finger probably 3 times, maybe 4. I sewed in, well, I attached a piece of yarn, tied it really tightly, and then sewed that into the pom. So please leave me a detailed message as to what you use to get your yarn poms to stay up, and do they wash well when you wash them? How does that work? Because I've been used to using the fake fur, and then I sewed in a button up here, but I sew in a button and then attach it to the button, and then they can remove it when they wash it. This is a Red Heart Super Saver, but I cannot remember. I want to think it's Dark Orchid, but I cannot remember, and I don't have the ball band ready. I have just hit or missed at videos, and I do apologize. This is a beanie I made in November, I believe, for my craft fair. And a girl that I've known for many, many, many years, probably 45, 50 years, she wanted it, so I'm going to send it to her in the mail. This is Line Brand Ferris Wheel Morning Java, and I love the colors that are in this beanie. So those will be going in the mail once I figure out this pom situation. And I thought I would make another couple of yarn poms to send with her because she does live so far away. But that's really all I have today. I was tagged in 2 tags on here. One was That's a No, and I cannot remember what the second one was called, but they're both in my on my channel page. Oh my word. So I'm going to get off from here so I can get this posted. And again, this is our read for the month of February. We are going to be doing a book swap for Valentine's. Any used book that we want to. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to take for that. That will be whenever the Friday is around the Valentine's Day. And I'm not sure. I have not looked at my calendar. But I hope everybody's having a good week so far. We've had some unsettling news about a family member, and then I'm not working for a few weeks, and so that's unusual for me. And so I'm not fond of that, but my client is in the hospital, going to have to go to the nursing home for some rehabilitation, and I'm used to working. I'm used to working every day. So it's been different being at home 24/7, other than my book club. So about the time I get used to that, then my client will be home and I'll be back to work. But like I said, I try to keep my alarms on my phone and keep them turned on just so that I don't forget something important that I'm supposed to do. So Apple is going to have to change some of their gizmos on their phones, because it wears me out trying to do. And I record on my phone. I don't have a camera that I can use to do that. And that would be so much simpler in the fact that I could put it on my computer, my laptop, and edit it that way. But, you know, it's here. I use my phone and I don't have a camera for that. So it poses aggravations at times. So tell me what you use to do your recordings with, your editing programs, if you don't mind sharing that. I was using the, I think it was Vita. I cannot remember. It was Vita or Vita or something. And I enjoyed it. But for some reason, my phone is low on storage, and so I've got to figure out that whole issue. Yeah, it's been a week. No, it's been a good week. It really has. It's been a good week, other than the unsettling news I received today about my family member. It's been a good week, so I can't complain. The weather has been gorgeous here. I looked on my app earlier this morning when I had the fur children out, and I think on one day this week, toward the end of the week, we're supposed to have 70-degree mark. Thank the Lord, because we don't like cold. I don't like cold at all. So I've wanted a nap all morning. And every time I would close my eyes and think, oh, I'm going to drift off, the Ring camera would go off on the door. Or we had a delivery. So then it was time for lunch and take the children out to let them roam around. Now they're all snoring. And Nanny's tired. Nanny's tired. I need rest. Not been sleeping the best. I'll sleep for a while and then I'm wide awake. But I have rambled and talked about nothing for almost 15 minutes. So I'm going to stop boring you. Have a good rest of the day. It's Tuesday here. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not. I've made so many videos, I don't know what I've told you and what I haven't. So in case I forgot to tell you, it's Tuesday and it's almost 1 o'clock here in Middle Tennessee. I hope everybody has a wonderful, safe week. I hope you're happy. I hope you're being able to craft and do what you want to do. I'm going to read on my book and hopefully have a small nap 5 or 10 minutes. Then I need to get busy on the scarf that I had started for my son. And I had it on one of the videos last night that I was going to show. But the rest of the video was, and this may not be YouTube material, but it's, you know, I'm going to share it on YouTube. We know my videos are never straight. There's always some kind of commotion, whether I cause it or they cause it or the phone causes it. Does everybody have a good week? I will see you back next time with more crochet with Lulu, more chit chat, rambles, off the wall stuff. We know that. Bye bye.